I'm still going to do the burner thing. There's some stuff where you've just got to be like, these folks are always going to figure out a way. Certain people, I'm going to come back on my regular account. But if I'm just trying to do my thing, dip in, then I got the burners. So, Max, what does this say about Kevin Durant, that he's still going to use the burners?
I kind of love the fact that he copped to it. That's one of the reasons that these podcasts and stuff with former players are so good, because athletes will talk to other athletes who they respect professionally and as like in a brotherhood differently than they're going to talk to guys like me or Stephen A. It's just the way it is, because there'll be more candor. Jay turned my head around on KD on this issue. On the one hand, you think he cares too much, like what every Tom, Dick, and Harry has to say. On the other hand, he respects people. He doesn't think that because you have this position or you come from here or you have this power, he needs to treat you differently than someone he meets on the street. He has the same respect or contempt for everybody, right? I like that. There's a line from Rudyard Kipling's poem, If, that I think applies here, okay? I'm going to read it to you. I know it off the top of my head. I don't have to read it. If you can walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if all men count with you, but none too much, right? Kevin Durant is walking with kings, right? But he still has a common touch in a way. His issue is that no one should count with him too much. The feeling I get is that he cares too much about what these people on Twitter or in some chat room or wherever he's going thinks, that he needs these burners, right? He obviously likes interacting with people. Whether or not he changes their mind or he agrees with them or he's standing up for himself, he just likes the interaction. But it seems to me it bothers him too much. He cares too much. I'm glad that one doesn't count more than the other with him, but maybe everyone should count a little less.
I hope everyone was paying attention to KD's quote and listened closely. Because he said burners, not burner.
Yeah.
That means he got several accounts that he just out here firing them off on. But as I look at it, I kind of disagree, because I look at Kevin Durant, don't know him personally. He went to Texas a year before I did. We've met a couple times, but two-time NBA champ, two-time Finals MVP, 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-First Team. And I look at him and I'm like, bro, if you are going to tweet it said, quote-unquote, nobodies, and nobody as it pertains to your athletic career, I would just say it with your chest and do it from your personal account. That's my only beef, is why not just do it from your personal account unless you're still worried about people's opinion. That is, when KD tweets at people, it's going to be on Get Up. It's going to be on First Take. It's going to be on High Noon. It's going to be debated. So I don't have a problem with him, Max, chiming in and piping up against people who say things about him. My thing is just, why do it with a burner? There's no point. If you want to say something,
because that way it doesn't have to be
it.
a media issue every time. He doesn't want to feed the beast every time. He just wants the interaction.
And come on, you know how social media really works. There's certain things, like maybe KD doesn't want everybody to know who he's following or what he's liking, or in a tweet or a picture, or he can. It's okay when your life is so public all the time. Maybe it's nice to have a little private moment.
But the issues with KD and his Twitter account have always been he's going to the defense of himself. It's not like he's out there retweeting KD's all-NBA, all-first team. That's not what he's doing. He's going to his own defense. So that's why, Jay, I've disagreed with you in the past, not publicly, but just internally when I hear your opinion.
Well, you just publicly did so.
I know. Your opinion's always very eloquent.
Like Al Horford.
Always very eloquent. Always very eloquent and intellectual.
But we're going to handle that internally.
But here's where I disagree with you on that is, to me, I don't know if it's a matter of, I respect these people's opinions and I just respect all of humanity and all mankind. No, it's a matter of I want to come to my defense because for whatever reason, I still care what people think when I shouldn't.
But, Acho, I'm not coming to anybody's defense. This is an issue to each their own, man. To each their own. Number one, I would say, business-wise, I know for what KD wants to do, there are a lot of reactions. If he were able to spit back in the way that Kevin wants to spit back to people, in that kind of vernacular that became from his original account, he can lose a lot of endorsement deals. He can lose a lot of business deals, right? So I understand the complexity of that. The second thing I would say is this, man, I deal with my mental health differently than you deal with your mental health. I can't judge you on things that you deem are important to you and the way you deal with your mental health. And I think everybody's quick to say what people should do. And look, I can't judge this, man. I can't be extreme on this. I know we live in an age where things are supposed to be, is it yes or is it no? That makes good TV. But this is murky water to me because everybody learns things differently. So I don't know. Kevin also has lost this thing where I feel like in one way he is tired of trying to be everything to everybody, but then in the same breath, like he is trying to be everything to everybody by having burner accounts, but then he talks about it openly, right? So I think it's something that I kind of applaud him in a way because I think he, in real time, is processing this and he's being very transparent with where he is in the process. And I think for some people that can help you with your mental health. From other people, maybe it can't. I don't know. But I applaud him to a degree because he's taking you on this journey as he's trying to figure it out.
KD entered the league as a kid. Like I've referenced this Phil Jackson quote, NBA, no boys allowed. But the fact is when you're jumping straight from high school or 1 year of college into the pros, you're still a kid. You don't know what all this is yet. So we see him as a kid. And could you imagine, like we throw it out there, but being 19 years old and being a superstar in the NBA, it's insane. The fishbowl you're in, the kind of attention. And he went from a boy to a man before everyone's eyes. That's the journey. And you see a lot of points of maturity in KD. Even saying something like, yeah, I think I'm going to keep those burner accounts instead of denying it but having the burner accounts, right? He's much more secure in his own skin than he was when he was 19 years old. That's what happens when you turn 30, right? Still, there is something there that we all pick up on where it's like he's still not totally comfortable in his own skin, right?